And Rob, as much as you like to gloat in struggles for the NBA,
I don't gloat for the struggles. I've been covering the league since 1987. Do I like the league totally? No, I got issues with the league, but I watch all the games. I like the NBA. I don't want you to think this.
You like to rip it when it's down and praise baseball, compare it to baseball.
Nah, I'm just I'm going to call it like I see it. It's not the perfect league. There's some issues with it when you talk about competition and competitive balance, and those are my biggest issues with the NBA. It just is.
I don't think there's a competition void.
Okay,
we got a great. We could agree
to disagree.
Coming on tonight.
The same team will be in the finals again probably. So we'll see.
They're an all-time great team. I mean, what do you do?
Well, we'll see.
Best backcourt ever.
Okay,
according to you, Durant.
According to you, right.
You know that's a done
according
deal
to you.
Now. That's a done deal. All right. Anyway, basketball fans seem to love it because the ratings are up 20% for the second round of the NBA playoffs. The ratings were up 20%, Rob, from last year. And they were the highest rated conference semifinal second round series since 2012, according to Nielsen. I mean, that's huge. You had some incredible performances. Damian Lillard with his 50-point series clinching buzzer beater game over OKC. Durant, of course, with the 50-point game, 36 in the first half. Another Durant, 46, Harden, 41 in the same game. Of course, Steph's 33 points in the second half against Houston, 21 in the fourth quarter. And then Kawhi with the 41-point game and the only Game 7 buzzer beater in basketball history. Forget just the NBA.
You mean to tell me the Washington Generals never won a game with a buzzer beater at the end?
Never.
Wow.
They only won 2.
I know, only 2. So, what is the guy's record? 2 and 1,400 or 14,000?
I bet you those 2 were really close, so maybe they did pull off.
You know what I mean?
Like
it had to be because they only won 2 games in about 100 years.
2 and 14,000
right? Wasn't that his record? Crazy.
Unbelievable. But he should be a Hall of Famer according to whoever. I can't remember who was saying that on the hot seat. But anyway, I digress.
That Bernie Fratto? Bernie Fratto.
Was it Bernie?
Yeah, that was Bernie. All
right, we'll make sure to bring him back when he heals up.
Yes.
But anyway, Rob, 20% jump in the ratings despite the absence of the guy who has been the face of the NBA for what, 10, 12 years? I mean, this is unforeseen, although you say you foresaw it. You bragged all yesterday. You've been bragging all this morning and this afternoon about how you predicted this. Let's hear the microwave take, and we'll be the judges.
Time to reheat an old hot take that's gone cold.
Hot on the outside, icicle in the middle.
It's Microwave Take with the Odd Couple.
I'm going to predict that the ratings will actually be up in the postseason without LeBron. I think that people have had enough LeBron. This is going to be refreshing. It's going to be different.
Stop it.
I'm not.
Stop it.
I'm telling you, this is going to be.
You're trying to make a hot take.
It's not a hot take.
I believe that.
I believe
the NBA is better off that LeBron James is not in the playoffs.
Yes.
Are you really saying that?
After after 8 years of going to straight years to the finals,
ridiculous.
This is going to be good, Chris, for the NBA. Hello, that goes back to March 8th, Chris Broussard. You're just trying to make a hot take. No, I wasn't. I was predicting what was going to happen. We had enough of LeBron. It was too much. All right, enough already. We saw him. Now we have all these great storylines, all these other players pushed to the front. This has been tremendous for the NBA. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about competitive balance and when we don't know who's going to the finals every year. This is the NBA at its best. Thank God there was no LeBron in the postseason this year.
Well, look, it has been, I've said it, it's been a great postseason. LeBron's absence has allowed a lot of other guys to shine. And let me first give you your props. I don't get a chance very often to give you your props. And I almost never get an opportunity to say, you were right. So I'm gonna give you your props.
I
Rob.
nailed
Good job.
it. Thank you.
Nailed it. What was it? Can we get that? This is for the finally. I'm gonna be right. This is the year.
And I was right. And think about this. That was March 8th. I was praising the league that it was going to be good. I wasn't ripping it. I said people would respond despite not having LeBron James.
Well, like we said, it has been, look, Nikola Jokic now is on people's radar. That dude is awesome, and people got to see it. Giannis, we obviously knew he was awesome. He's probably going to be the MVP. But now without LeBron, people are being forced to look at him, and I'm sure they like what they see. Kawhi Leonard doing his thing. You know, the Portland, we talked about Lillard. Now, he's got to live up to the superstar status in this series, but he's been great. CJ McCollum, I love the fact that he's starting to get his shine. And, of course, you had Houston Golden State. Here's the only thing, though, where I would differ with you, Rob. I don't think LeBron James, like say the Lakers had made the playoffs. What's to tell us the ratings wouldn't be just as high, if not higher? Like he certainly, with the Lakers, certainly wouldn't have taken away from what's going on in the Eastern Conference.
Well, but the NBA ratings were down this year, right?
Well, part of it, because his games now were, coming on late, and the East Coast people weren't staying up to see a game that started at 10:30. So that's part of it. And
the Lakers weren't that good either. It just wasn't a good watch, especially at the end of the year.
Right. But I'm just saying, my only thing is, even if LeBron were in these playoffs, those other players would have got a chance to shine. I just think that would have even added to it more.
No, but then the dialogue is always all about LeBron and LeBron and LeBron. And I just think that this was different. And I just said we needed a breather, Chris. It's been when he went to the finals, 8 years in a row. We got what do we call LeBron fatigue. That's all. Doesn't mean he's not a great player. People don't care about him. But for the rest of NBA America, I always say it's not just about LeBron. We got to hear and let other storylines breathe. Let the attention for other guys take a front seat, not a back seat to LeBron. That's why I think it's been great. I love it.
This is a year where I'm going to be right.
That's right, and I was right.
Well, there's no question that these other guys have shined, and I do think it's better. Like, let's say the Lakers make the playoffs next year. I think now you will have so many other great storylines, and one of them will be LeBron going against so-and-so. And that so-and-so won't have to be just Kevin Durant, right? Or just Kawhi Leonard, or just Giannis. It could be the Blazers. It could be Jokic. You know what I mean? Like, now you have other guys who have been placed on the conscience of not only the hardcore NBA fan, but the casual NBA fan as well. And that's definitely a good thing. And speaking of these new faces, tonight we've got Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors going up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And this is a matchup that had LeBron stayed in Cleveland, obviously he'd have to still be in the East, but had he stayed in Cleveland, would we be getting this matchup? I don't think that Cleveland team was very good. But they still may have been better than the Raptors and maybe better than the Bucks. These are two teams that kind of are led by one guy and then a cast of role players around them. So that's, to your point, we may have missed out on this great individual matchup if LeBron was there. Here's a little talk about that. Oh, I thought we had sound on that, but I guess not.
No sound, Rob G, right? No sound.
But yeah, so what's your take on this matchup tonight? And how you kind of see it playing out with Kawhi and Giannis?
I've been with Toronto all year. I said Kawhi is the reason why you should believe in the Raptors. And I still believe that. I still believe that at the end, Kawhi and the Raptors will be left standing, and Giannis and them just won't be ready. They'll be really good. They've been really good. But I just like the experience and the leadership by Kawhi. I loved the way that ended. With him not looking to pass the ball to anybody, that he was going to take it. Even that game where he put up, 41 shots, Chris, for 39 points.
I think 39. Yeah.
Was it 39?
39 shots, 41 points.
Okay, the other way. But he put up all those shots because nobody else was doing it, and he just said, "I'm doing it. I'm that guy. I'm that alpha dog." I love that about him, and he has the experience. Won a title. Won a Finals MVP. That counts for something, and that's why. When Toronto went out and said, we don't care, he might bounce, he might go on to the Clippers or somewhere else in free agency, we're going to take a chance and see if this guy can lead us there. And I'm going to say, yes, he will lead us. Before the season started, I picked Toronto against Golden State, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I did the same thing, Toronto against Golden State, and I actually did that before the playoffs as well, but I'm changing my mind. I'm changing it based off what I've seen in these first 2 rounds. I did agree with you that I thought Toronto's experience would be the difference, but Milwaukee has just been rolling. I mean, they had a tremendous regular season where they won by an average of more than 9 points a game. They had the best offense in the league, the only team in the league in the top 5 in offense and defense. I mean, they were phenomenal. And Giannis has been great in the playoffs just as he was in the regular season. Eric Bledsoe's played well. Their supporting cast has played well. And you mentioned something just as you were talking about how when Kawhi took the 39 shots, his teammates, none of them were stepping up. I mean, it looked like a lot of them were frightened of the moment. And, they kind of came on as time went on. And Kyle Lowry made a couple plays. But they were clearly just looking to give it to Kawhi for a good long stretch where they looked shook. And I think that could come back to haunt them in the next round that begins tonight because Milwaukee's role players have played better than Toronto. So I am going with Milwaukee. And Rob Parker, I'm going to challenge you to put your moolah where your big mouth is and a wing bet on this series.
Yep, we can do it. Absolutely. This would be like a bet you wings kind of bet.
Well, we'll have that apparatus soon, right? We're not going to give away too much, but we got something coming for all you guys that love to bet chicken wings, and that's going to be great as we unroll that. But, so we on for a bet, chicken wings.
Yes.
All right.
Rob G, you want to into this? Are you getting in?
You know what? In fact, let's make it, let's up the ante a little bit. How
do
many
you want to coke with that?
What? How many wings does it take to feed the crew?
I just did it the other day. What did we order, Rob? Was that 50? So we'll say a 60 wings. Whoever loses has to buy 50 wings for everybody.
50 wings.
All right.
Cool. 50 wings.
And drinks and a couple of orders of fries. So 2 orders.
Wait.
2 orders of fries, 50 wings, and drinks.
Can you even eat that stuff?
No, I can't eat it. I didn't have fries the other day, Rob G, did I? Nope, I just had the wings.
No, you did not, but this is for the people. If you want to make a bet with the odd couple, we're all going to benefit.
All right, how about this? Forget the drinks.
They want drinks.
And Alex needs veggie sticks. Alex needs the veggie sticks.
All right, we'll throw something in for Alex. So they come with
they come with the celery and all that.
So he'll get the celery. And
wow, you give me the free stuff. Huh?
But you can't eat a bunch of fries and a bunch of chicken wings and then wash it down with a Diet Coke.
Why?
At least if you're going to be bold enough to eat all that, be bold enough to drink a real Coke.
All right, we got it.
So that's why I say just do the fries and the wings. You're on your own with the drinks.
We'll buy that for the staff.
For the staff. All right. That's a bet. 50 or 60? 50 wings and fries for everybody.
No, what we need, 60? 60 wings. Let's do 60.
Rob G's just upping it, because he don't have any skin in the game.
It's all right.
You know what? I'll buy the drinks for whoever wins.
There you go.
Right, okay.
Right. So we got the drinks. Deal. That's a good
deal. All right. Your turn to weigh in, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Have the NBA players been better without LeBron? Your turn to weigh in.
All right. Let's start with Max in Georgia. Max, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Max?
Good evening, Rob. You already know which direction I'm going. It's no doubt a breath of fresh air without LeBron James. I got to say, I think the NBA has got to be relieved as well. Not only are the ratings up, but you got, like you guys said, there's stars that are being shined upon.
Yes.
There's some highlighted people. I want to say, too, I think it's a breath of fresh air because now when he does leave in the next 2 or 3 years for good, you've got people to rely on that you've already instilled and built it up as a league to go and say, here's the next LeBron, whether it's KD, whether it's Kawhi. And having said Kawhi.
Or Giannis, you know what I mean?
Or Giannis. Absolutely. I want to see this matchup. I'm excited just like you guys are. But Kawhi, I haven't heard anybody say this, and I'm not taking credit, but I haven't heard it. This is more of a reason for him to stay in the East. Maybe not Toronto, but in the East for sure because he can piggyback off of LeBron James' 8 trips to the finals straight in a row. He sees the blueprint of what it takes to stay in the East. I know the East is better than it has been, but he's seen the blueprint now.
But I'll say this, though. Let me just say this, Max. The Clippers might be Toronto.
They would be Toronto East, and I'd actually say better than Toronto.
I agree, Chris.
Because they don't have a Lou Williams in Toronto, Montrezl Harrell.
Look at what they were able to do, right, without.
Right. Pat Beverly at this point. I mean, Kyle Lowry, Pat Beverly, I just think they'd be better. But to your point, too, Rob, look, the East has gotten a lot better. Giannis is going to be there. Now, Boston, if they lose Kyrie, they'll still be good, but they won't be able to beat Toronto with Kawhi. Philadelphia, though, you got to assume they're going to mature. And if they bring back Jimmy Butler, they're going to have to be reckoned with. And, of course, if Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving go to New York, I mean, the East could really even out, Rob. Like, the two conferences could be about as even as we've seen them in quite some time if all these moves happen.
No doubt about it. Hey, let's go to Durst, Chris. In Houston, he's on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What you got, Durst?
Rob, Chris, what's going on?
Man, you went AWOL for a while,
I know.
brother.
Where you been?
Man.
I've been storing up. I've been storing up for this moment.
I know. Your wife put you on punishment. Be honest.
I know,
man.
right? What'd you do?
Hey, Chris, first of all, it's a strong 6. I reviewed that since 85, and you were right on it. I can't see nobody else that could even fit in on that strong 6.
Thank you.
Yeah. Look, the playoffs are better from the standpoint as the previous caller called. You get an opportunity to see some people, but more importantly, we get an opportunity to see Giannis. And Giannis now, I believe, should be looked at as a prototype because not only does he play on both ends, he's hungry and wants it. He's not just looking for a highlight film. He's not looking for these to try to get on the top 10, but his desire is the thing that's going to carry Milwaukee all the way. And I got Milwaukee taking it because everyone else, they're shrinking in the moment. James Harden was a perfect example of that. Chris, you played ball. Rob, you played ball too. Here, this man is an 89, almost a 90% free throw shooter. And when it came time, he was falling short. And when you fall short on your free throws, that's because you're tight.
So you have Milwaukee taking the whole thing, not just the East.
Oh yeah, because they're going to match up well with Golden State. And again, the intensity and the desire is the thing that's going to be there. I know Golden State wants a three-peat, but it's something about having the ring, and when it gets kind of tight and you got to kind of really push, then you're like, and I think that's the thing that's going to push Milwaukee over. Bledsoe is he can cover, he'll cover Curry. You got nobody's going to be able to cover Giannis.
Man, you're getting way ahead of yourself. Stop with the NBA Finals. We can't go there, Durst. Thanks for the call. We appreciate having you back. Am I right, Chris? Come on, we can't go there.
Yeah.
We
get
game one.
We got a great conference.
Let's get game one going. Let's do that. All right, Michael in Oregon. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Michael?
Hey, guys. I just wanted to say that, Durst, man, you're already counting out the Blazers. I know they played a really crappy game last night, but, never count them out. CJ and Dame, they can put some things together. They got a couple guys on the outside that can shoot.
Can you send a cab for Dame and tell him that he needs to get in the cab and get to the ball arena? Because he's been bad.
Yeah, I'll text him right now and say, hey, where you been? But you know what? He's been here for 5 or 6 years. I got to tell you, like, Damian Lillard has been a superstar since, 6 years ago. He's been doing this for a long time, and it's finally he's getting his due. And I'm so happy that LeBron is out of the playoffs for this reason, because guys like Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum never get national attention, and I'm so happy that he is out, because even now right now on this show, and I listen to you guys every single day, but there is always going to be a LeBron in segment, even if it's a question, just because callers will call in, people will call in because of it's LeBron. But these guys have been playing their butts off. Kawhi, the Greek Freak. But I've got to agree with the last couple callers. Absolutely, are the playoffs better without LeBron? But he plays an old school style of basketball. The game has changed. Guys that shoot the 3-point ball like Damian and CJ are now, the guys in the league that are kind of pushing.
All right, Michael.
All right. I am a fan of this, guys. I listen to the Ben Maller show. It's weekday overnights, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern time. He does a great job here at Fox Sports Radio, but he's about to get hammered in his first trip to the hot seat.
Damn, son!
The current temperature is...
The Odd Couple are making it hot in here.
Damn hot.
Time to sit your butt down in...
Real hot. The crotch pot cooking.
The hot seat.
My bad. It's his second time on the hot seat.
Here we go.
That's how memorable he was on his first time. I didn't even remember it.
He can't start talking until you do this. Ben Maller.
Yeah, that's right. You guys, you're on your own hot seat. You got Wreck-It Ralph and Wrong Button Bob you're working with. That's a tough show. That's a tough show to work with those guys.
Wrong Button Bob. Wow. We're gonna have to steal that one from you, Ben.
Hey Ben, how you doing, buddy? You ready to go?
I'm good, Rob. You're going down though. You're gonna lose, but I love you anyway.
You know I love you, but you have no shot. Me and Chris gonna kill you tonight.
It's Ben Maller, Ben.
There we go.
I got a jingle. Here we go.
That's
Ben Maller.
That's right.
All right, guys. You know how this segment works. We invite our Fox teammate, in this case Ben Maller, to take on the tag team champions, the Odd Couple, Chris Broussard and Rob Parker, and defend 3 of his hottest takes that he has going. So let's get started. Topic number 1, Big Ben Maller here. He says he doesn't have a problem with Joe Flacco saying he's not here to be a mentor to Drew Lock in Denver. Ben, you got 30 seconds. State your case.
All right, so I'm no Joe Flacco fan. I think he's a bad quarterback, but I got his back, all right, because this is about being a competitor. He's not a coach. He's not a babysitter. He's not some kind of guidance counselor. He is simply there to play quarterback for the Broncos, and he's right. You shouldn't help out the guy trying to take your job. In no other business are you expected to train a person that the company hired to take your place. It's unreal. There's no apprenticeship here. Flacco wants to keep his job. And this is not unorthodox. When you look at other quarterbacks like Brett Favre and Peyton Manning, this is standard operating procedure. Flacco's getting a bad rap here, but he's on the right side.
Ben, he's so wrong. First of all, you should never say that in public because everybody, to each one, teach one. I've been a mentor to so many people, and you just keep rolling. Be secure about what you're doing. You can't play quarterback your whole life, and if you can influence somebody and leave a string of quarterbacks who have followed his lead, people will say, you know what? He reminds me of Flacco. That's right. He learned from Flacco. Your name will live forever. It's a mistake.
Yeah, well, listen, Rob, here's the thing. Joe Flacco, as long as he's not a douche about it, as long as he's not a jerk about it, I'm fine with it. Drew Lock is going to play anyway, right? He's going to play because Flacco stinks. He's either going to get hurt or he's going to, lose the job because of his play on the field. So that's not the issue. Lock is going to get out there and play. But again, it's not a coaching position for Joe Flacco. He can get a quarterback camp when he's done playing in the NFL and teach quarterbacks. That's what Peyton Manning did once he's done. He apprentices, he helps out these young quarterbacks. You can do that. But you don't help the guy try to take your job from you. Makes no sense.
Here's the problem, Ben. There are only 2 options. You either mentor the guy or you're a jerk to him. That's it. I mean, seriously, what are you going to do if you're not? I'm not mentoring him, so I'm not going to talk to him.
Right.
I'm not going to help him when he doesn't know the routes. I'm not going to go over the playbook with him. I'm not going to tell him, so-and-so likes, he runs the routes this way, so he likes the ball here. He loves the over-the-shoulder pass. What are you going to – it's either you mentor him even if you're not trying to, or you just be a jerk.
All right, guys. I saw
Is Ben still there?
some
I
haymakers.
got knocked out cold.
I stepped out for a smoke. I went out.
Some haymakers being thrown in that round, but you know what? Ben Maller sounded like a fill-in guy in Boston and not like a national radio host.
thank you.
How dare
Round
you.
one goes to the odd couple.
That was for that Bob wrong button.
That's
Bob.
a bias. That's a biased judge, Bob Garrett. Biased judge. He's in the tank for you guys.
A fill-in in Boston. Very nice.
All right, we move on. Topic number 2, the hot
They love
seat.
you, Rob, by the way, in Boston. They
I
love
gotta
you,
get.
man.
I gotta get on your show up there one of
You
these
got
days.
to, yeah.
Topic number 2, Ben Maller here on the hot seat with the odd couple. His second take here. He says that the Philadelphia Phillies are already having buyer's remorse with Bryce Harper. Ben, you got 30 seconds. Tell us why.
All right, so this is an arranged marriage, right? Harper didn't really want to play in Philadelphia. I think we all know that by now. And he took the longest contract he could get. There's a reason that nobody else was offering a 13-year contract, a legacy deal. It is a toxic relationship, and you don't have to wait 13 years to decide this is a bad fit. When you have a problem, right? So when you go to the doctor, you got a tumor, they don't say, well, let's wait 2 or 3 years and see if it grows bigger. You know, if you have a problem, you realize it, you get rid of it. Right now, Bryce Harper's putting up numbers similar to Jay Bruce, and in that ballpark in Philadelphia, which is supposedly a hitter's paradise, I believe he's hitting 170 right now. It is a mess. He's striking out every
Ben,
other
stop
bat.
it. Stop it. First of all, his contract was $300 million over 13 years, or $330 over 13 years. In 5 years, that's going to be a bargain. He took less money. He should have taken more. I thought he deserved more. He took a bargain. So in 5 years, they're not going to be worried about the money they're paying him. Secondly, even though his numbers don't look good, he's third on the team in on base percentage because he leads the league in walks. You know how the analytics think. That's as good as a base hit. He's fourth on the team in runs scored. He leads the team in doubles. And, oh, yeah, the Phillies are first in the National League East. I know he's only going to get better, too.
No, see, here's the thing, Chris. Listen, the Phillies are in first place not because of Bryce Harper, because the NL East blows. The Marlins are a minor league team. The Braves are bad. The Nationals are bad. The Mets are average. The division is bad in the National League East. The Phillies are paying Harper $30 million a year. And right now, that's a ton of money. Maybe in 10 years or 5 years it won't be, but right now it's a ton of money. And you're not paying a guy to walk. He's putting up numbers similar to Jay Bruce of the Seattle Mariners, for God's sakes, and Mark Reynolds of the Rockies. Guys like that. It's not good enough.
Don't be a prisoner of the moment, Ben Maller. We know this is so early. We're talking about the second week in May. We got 4.5, 5 months to go in the baseball season. His numbers will be there when they win the NL East and they go on to the playoffs and this guy hits a big home run come September and October. You'll remember this moment and how wrong you were. There's no way this thing is going the wrong way.
You don't ask us to wait till the end of the year, Rob, to give an opinion. We got to give an opinion right now. How dare you?
Round
He
number
broke the rules.
2.
So we better get
That's
that
right.
one.
You guys know how that works. He swung after the bell, Ben Maller. Round number 2 goes to the odd couple.
He needs a
that's
knockout.
ridiculous.
He's bloodied.
I
He's
had
battered.
brilliant
He's
points.
bruised. He needs a knockout.
Bob Guerra's on the take.
Now,
Russian
Ben,
collusion.
this last topic is worth 3 points. If you get the knockout, you can win,
Here we
all right?
go. Here we go.
But
Here
I
we go.
must preface this by saying I tried talking Ben out of this one before the show. He said, no, this is my hottest take. I got to do it. I've been on it for years. Here we go. Topic number 3. Ben Maller says ranch dressing, which we all love, is disgusting. You got 30 seconds, Ben. Tell us why.
All right, so I've evangelized over the years about this. I've been on a mission. Americans have been brainwashed into thinking ranch dressing is good. It is a culinary embarrassment. It is the devil's blood. And I would compare it to puke. Ranch dressing, it smells like puke. It has the same flavor as puke.
Feels
the whole
sick.
thing, the texture of it, it's halfway rotten milk. If you smelled that in your refrigerator and didn't know what it was, you'd throw it out because it's rotting food. You don't put that in your body. And the other thing, you put ranch dressing on anything, it blows away the taste of any food. It overpowers everything. It is terrible. Americans are idiots as much ranch dressing as they eat. Sucks.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This coming from a man who thinks gravy is a beverage. Stop it!
What's wrong with gravy? You got a problem with gravy?
Are you kidding? Ranch dressing is great on a salad. Or if you're having some chicken fingers or something. It makes everything taste better. It doesn't cover up the taste. This isn't hot sauce when you can't taste your food. Ranch dressing is the perfect complement to so many things. Something's wrong with your taste buds.
No, listen, Rob, here's the problem here. Especially in the Midwest of America where they give ranch dressing out with pizza all the time. They don't do it as much on the West Coast or the East Coast. But my conspiracy theory is the reason restaurants do this is because they're bad at cooking food. So they give you ranch dressing to cover up how bad the food actually tastes if you didn't have the ranch dressing. But I'm telling you, it's rotting milk. It is disgusting. If you actually stop and think about what it is, you would never eat it. It's a ridiculous food dish, and I'm disgusted. Every time I go into a restaurant, I've tried to tell my wife for years, don't eat the ranch dressing. She won't listen. Bad job by her.
Ben, stop it. Ranch dressing is one of the most versatile salad dressings on the market. Rob mentioned it. It can go with chicken fingers. It can go with chicken wings. You said it yourself. It can go with pizza. And if you're feeling dangerous, you can even throw it on a burger. There's nothing better than ranch dressing. What are you talking about? Like, you got to give this up. You got to get with the rest of America and understand how delicious ranch dressing is. This was not the knockout that you needed.
All right, Bob G, sit back for this
KO.
one. As a resident food expert of this network and also this show, I'm going to go ahead with Ben Maller on this one to get the win. Congratulations, Ben.
That's the death blow right there. You don't even eat meat.
He don't even eat meat.
So
oh, my God.
He can't, you can't weigh in.
No, guys, the thing about Teicher, though, is when he leaves food in the fridge, no one eats it because it's all vegetables
Exactly.
and fruit.
You know what? The mice won't even eat it. That's how bad it is.
All right,
All right, Ben Maller.
Ben Maller. You got to check him out on the Ben Maller Show. It's weekday overnights, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Does a terrific job. His defeat on the hot seat again, notwithstanding, the great Ben Maller.
And you know what? That's right. And for people who just heard him tonight on our show, remember, he sounds better on his own show than here tonight.
Oh, how dare you.
Yeah.
I love you guys, but you lost. You lost fair and square. The
man.
vegan voted for me. You got to take the loss. You got to eat the loss.
One last time, Ben Maller. Can we hear that?
What's
Ben
that?
Maller?
Ben Maller.
There we go.
There we go.
All right,
His
Ben.
is so much better than the
I
Rob
know.
Parker
I
one.
love it.
Gosh, his
Rob
got bass
Parker.
and stereo and everything.